What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just got back into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I know that I've taken some time off of it, but I am back at it. So I just finished watching episode 5. My reaction is under my YouTube memberships. If you are new here or you do not know what that is, my YouTube memberships is a few special perks for those who become members. And I've got 2 levels of memberships over there. Level 1 is for $2.99 and you get priority replies from me, special polls and live streams. Level 2 is for $4.99 and you're going to get everything that level 1 has, plus you're going to get all of my reactions to all of the shows that I watch, like this, all of the movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. I've got a couple of shows over there. I've got this, I've got She-Hulk, I've got The Mandalorian, I've got House of the Dragon, I've got The Boys, I've got WandaVision. What am I missing? What else am I missing? The Last of Us. I got a couple of things over there. So you guys may want to go over there and check that out. And for those of you who are already members, thank you so much for becoming a member. Now, this was a wild episode. So the last episode that I watched, I remember it ended with Captain America. And I say that with quotes because I don't like him. And I do not like him being Captain America. And this episode just proved to me why I don't like him. I just feel like he's dirty, he's bad, he's crooked. I don't like him. His boy got killed in the end of the episode. They showed him basically killing another dude in the middle of a courtroom. Like a courtyard in front of everybody. He went after what I'm assuming is the wrong guy, and he killed him anyway, and everybody had it on camera. So this episode started off with him just kind of running away from the scene. He ended up at this warehouse. It looked like a warehouse. And Sam and Bucky got to him. And they ended up having this crazy fight, which was absolutely wild. Like, I loved it. It was absolutely wild. But this dude, what his name? Paul. I don't know what his name is. Ryan? Something like that. Anyway, the Captain America. Like, they were all like really having this intense fight. And he was like throwing the shield and throwing them all over the place. And they were like, this fight was nuts. And then it ended up with him throwing Bucky so hard that it kind of did something to his arm. He freaking ripped Sam's wings off. And they ended up taking the shield from him. Finally. But it had like, you know, the blood of the guy all over it. And when Bucky took it, I think it was Bucky who took it, he threw it next to Sam, and he kind of gave him this look like, this belongs to you now, you know, take care of it, type of thing. So then this dude ended up going to, I think it was court. This dude got stripped of everything. He is no longer to serve in any capacity for the United States of America. He got stripped from his title as Captain America. They told him that he wasn't going to have any benefits. Like, they stripped him of everything. Like, this dude has nothing. And he showed his behind in court because he was talking to the senator, and all of a sudden he got mad and he was hitting the podium while he was talking and everything. And I'm just like, well, go ahead, keep showing your behind and giving them a reason, you know. And they were like, basically like they were doing him a favor by not getting like the marshals involved and stuff like that. So he walked out of there. He didn't know what to do. His wife followed him, and then Valentina, which I think, if I'm understanding correctly, she's like the director of the CIA or something. She's not a good at all. Like, I forgot where I saw her. I don't know if it was in Black Panther. I remember her ex. Y'all gotta help me out because I'm having such brain fog. I remember that her ex-husband was, I don't know if she works with the Shield. I don't know what it is, but I knew she was bad when she entered the scene and she introduced herself. I was like, man, I forgot where I saw her from. But it was interesting because it's like, now that I've seen her, I it's kind of just dawning on me how all these things connect because of, I don't know if it was her having the serum, maybe it was the boys, I don't know, but it has something to do with the serum, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so she came in and introduced herself, and basically was just kind of sitting in between him and her husband, his wife, I mean. And she was like, "Excuse me, who are you?" She was like, "Anyways." It was just like, chick, like, she is no good. I know she's no good. I know she's evil. So I feel like with that and her, I feel like she is going to try to get him into some really bad things. And he's already bad, in my opinion, as it is. So after that, of course, Bucky and Sam are trying to get the boat moving. They don't want to sell the boat. They want to get it moving. We see some dialogue with Sam's sister. After what happened, Sam ended up meeting up with his friend Torres, who's, I think he's part of the military, and he told him, like, of course, this is above us now. He's like, okay. But he's working with him. He's like his boy. So he's going to help him out. And he took the wings there, and he's like, well, what do you want to do with these? He was like, keep them. I don't need them, type of thing. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's going to try to do what he can with the shield. He doesn't want his wings anymore. Maybe he's finally going to embrace the shield and do what he does. Now, the older guy who is, what do you call it? The older gentleman who he went to go see with Bucky, who was one of their super soldiers. He went back to go see him, and he had the shield with him. And so when he got there, he wanted to understand what happened. And so we find out what happened with him back then. And he had a wife, and his wife, he ended up going to jail for I don't know how long. They told his wife that he was dead. They were experimenting on him with the serum, and some of his friends died off, and others, he kind of tried to help, but he didn't want anything to do with that shield. He was just like, those stripes and stars don't mean anything. And he was basically like, I think that Sam was kind of trying to let him know, like, you could have been the next Captain America type of thing, or you could have been next in line to make a difference. And he was just like, I don't want no parts of that. And he was just like, no, I think he said either no respected black man would accept trying to be Captain America or taking the shield, and they wouldn't, they wouldn't respect him, because of him being black. And, it kind of sucks to hear his story. It was really sad, and he was really upset about it. And I guess one of the nurses that was dealing with him back then gave him a box with all these letters that were never given to him from his wife, because they told his wife that he was dead, and she ended up dying later on while he was in jail. And that kind of messed him up for a really long time. And so he's basically under a different name. Nobody knows his story. And he was just like, Sam was like, we got to tell somebody. He was just like, no, are you kidding me? Like, if you tell anybody that you spoke with me, in a day I'd be dead. And he's like, and so would my story, so will my truth. So no, like, leave me out of it, basically. This is who I am. Leave me dead. Leave me off the grid. But then when Sam got out, left the house, he ended up calling, what's her name? And I forgot what he said to her. But I have a feeling like he might tell her. And I feel like he shouldn't. And I'm hoping that nothing happens to the old man. But yeah, so then there's that. So then later on in the episode, we see that Sam starts to kind of practice, and him and Bucky are having a conversation. And it's almost like they're coming to terms with the fact that, look, Steve's not here anymore. You have a book, I have the shield. It doesn't matter. You can't keep living your life like, in revenge mode. Like, you've really got to put in the work if you want to get out of this dark place that you're in. And, I think at that moment they were talking real to each other. And, Sam was like, you ready for some tough love? And that's what he told him. So between Sam giving Bucky that tough love, and Sam understanding what he had to do with that shield, he began to practice. And at one point he was practicing so much, like that shield almost took his head off a few times. And then the blonde girl, I forgot her name, but we see her having a conversation with somebody at some point. She's in this like underground place. So she's still alive, she's still working, she's still after some people. But I have a feeling like somebody is in her vicinity, and I don't know who. Like, you can kind of tell that they made it a point to kind of look around where she was at. So I feel like somebody's there, but I don't know who. But anyway, so he's practicing, and you see him practicing to the point where he's throwing it, he's doing all these flips, and he's able to catch it now. And I'm like, okay, like now he's trying to perfect using the shield. He doesn't have his wings anymore, so now I guess he's trying to embrace being the new Captain America. But how that's going to come about, I don't know, because like, who's going to swear him in? Who's going to have any proof that he was given? Well, people know that he was given the shield, but it's almost like, how is that going to work? You know what I mean? Like, how is that going to come about? So anyway, aside from that, we've got these other people, the redhead girl who just got a delivery from some criminal with a whole bunch of what looks like weapons, and they're sitting down, and it's her and the Asian dude, and she's talking to the criminal, and she kind of, I guess, puts out a message, and they're sitting in like this big park, and all of a sudden you see everybody's phones going off, and they get up and they start walking in the same direction as if they were under some type of spell. And I'm like, yo, this little girl ain't, well, I won't call her a little girl because she's not a little girl, but this girl is playing no games. Like, she wants war. She's got all these people ready to go to war. And so they're trying to kind of track it and figure out where it's coming from. And I think Sam's friend Torres kind of figured something out when it comes to those pings. So Sam was like, all right, I'll take it from here. And I was like, uh-oh. So I guess maybe in the next episode we're going to see him maybe trying to fight with the shield. I don't know. And then there was a post-credit scene where we see this crazy behind wannabe Captain America making his own shield. I was like, yo, what is this crazy behind doing? I'm like, oh, I knew, like, when he was in court and he was yelling at the senator and everything, something told me. I was just like, something's telling me that now he's really going to be bad. Like, I thought he was bad before, and I had a feeling he was just a stinker. But after that, I'm like, this dude is going to come back wanting so much revenge. Like, he already felt like a villain to me, but now it's even worse now that I saw him making his own shield. Like, that was absolutely crazy. So I can't wait to see the next episode. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed my review. If you guys watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, let me know what you guys thought of episode 5. And I gotta say, as always, I appreciate you guys always making me feel like revved up to see the next episode without spoiling it for me. Like, I really appreciate it. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments section down below. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!